I'm Rhonda Greene, and this is my first time in a long time for me doing this kind of thing. So please bear with me. And anyway, once again, I'm Rhonda Greene, and I'm going to be running to become I'm seeking the nomination for Libertarian candidate for the governor of Indiana. Now, for the election of 2024. Um, so, okay. Let me go ahead and try to save this a little bit here and try to lean on my notes a little bit better. An aside on how this process works. I'm a libertarian, and the libertarians do not go through the primary like the Republicans and Democrats do. And what happens is that our county libertarian affiliates will elect or nominate delegates to go to our convention in the early spring of this year to vote on the candidates that will be running for the state and federal offices that are allotted to our state of Indiana, which includes the governor. Now, and so I will be running against Donald Rainwater, which is kind of intimidating. Not really, but yeah, it could be. And so I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about myself and let you go ahead and get to know me a little bit better. I am 58. No worries about age or what have you. I've lived somewhere in Indiana all of my life, but I've lived in Washington County most of my life. And I graduated from West Washington High School in 1983 and from Indiana University Bloomington in 1987. I've been lucky enough to be married to my husband since 1988, I think, and that's over 35 years. And we have two sons that are right around 30 years of age. So my professional background is I opened Greene Woodworking and Glass in 1990. And that was back when I believed as a young person that having a long name was what you needed to have to make yourself more impressive. And that is not what it is. But anyway, Greene Woodworking and Glass, the woodworking fell away quite quickly because my husband we couldn't get the money out of it that we needed to have for him to do that. And so we went ahead and set that aside. And we made Greene Woodworking and Glass just basically stained glass, where right now we have done restoration work and actually done full-size church windows and windows and panels and taught classes and all of that kind of stuff. But it's basically right now vase candle and green glass. Now, vase candle, just to give you an idea of what that looks like, let's see if we can do this. There we go. Vase candle is stained glass. We make both the stained glass and the candles. And the candles are refill candles or jar candles. And we do that. So we make both. And we've been doing it for a very long time. So anyway, let's see. There we go. All right. So I'm still trying to learn some of this software and that kind of thing. And so we've been doing that for quite a long time. I've done everything from the smallest flea markets to craft shows to wholesale shows in Philly and Gatlinburg. Around 2006, we had vase candle in 26. We had vase candle in retail stores in 26 states, right? We also had a mall store at the Green Tree Mall from 2001 to 2003, which was a full-time store at the time. All right. So going on what's more important is that I've been an online merchant for almost 25 years right now. Etsy, eBay, Amazon, as well as my own websites. And so the reason that's important, that I want to, as a governor candidate, I'd like to go ahead and bring economic prosperity to our country, or our states. So there you go. But anyway, I have been active in local politics since around 2004. I just started attending the government meetings, the council and commissioners of our county. And I started recording and putting the voice and video recordings online on Indiana Proud around 2007. I started to run for office, I think, around that time. And as a Republican candidate, I've gotten upwards to 46% of the vote locally in a countywide race. Now, after 2009, I've run as a Libertarian and been active in the Libertarian Party locally. Normally, I run in a countywide race, and I get normally 20 to 26% of the vote. So we have a background. I have a background in local elections and that kind of thing, and I want to share that experience with you, and in a way to build our, not just the party, but build, how do I put this? Make us healthier, make us able to control our environment, our community, and not have the bad things that have been happening lately happen to us anymore. Okay, that's fake, but that's okay. I am the chair of the Libertarian Party of Washington County, and have been for a while. So this brings us all the way around back to seeking the Libertarian nomination for governor of Indiana. So now I'm going to talk specifically to you, Don. You know, I'm not angry with you, and I'm not really frustrated, and I understand. You did really well this last time running for governor. Of course, you know that. And I understand the need to ask for money. But that's all I'm really hearing out of you. And I don't really like that. I think and money is necessary, and I understand that. But it isn't just money that actually wins you elections. You have to have the support, and you have, as far as I can see, been neglecting the local people that have been supporting you throughout this. Now, I've looked online at the Indiana Libertarian Party website, and the list of people that we have in office as libertarians, they're actually, a lot of them are up for election right now. And I know from what my candidates have said here locally, I know one of them has asked twice for an endorsement from you, and that's not happened. And I'm kind of at a loss for words. It's easy to go ahead and send off a blurb and say, yes, I support Tommy Brown III for mayor. That's an easy way to go, and it costs you nothing. So, but I don't want to have this edge with you, but this is kind of where the frustration is coming from, and one of the reasons that I'm running for office. If anything, I'm hoping to go ahead and give you enough of a run that you actually go ahead and reassess how you're doing this and what we actually maybe need for Indiana, instead of just trying to raise money. Let me go ahead and diverge off of my notes even. I noticed online that you've said that you were going to go ahead and try to get money, raise teachers' salaries. Now, all right, I got a flyer from Gary Byrne. He's like our representative. Let's do that. Let's see if we can or whatever. And in this, he talks about getting more money for teachers. Now, in 2018, we as the Libertarian Party of Washington County tried to keep the county council from taking away all the lit credits. Now, the lit credits are local income tax money that can be put into the property tax that they collect to go ahead and offset some of what is called the circuit breaker. So whatever money they took out, and they just took it out. I don't think we have any lit credits at all that subsidize our schools. And this actually also raised our taxes. It's a little bit complicated, but this is actually what did happen. Now, even if you got governor and you got more money for teachers, what we found is that a couple years after that is that the schools had a deficit. I think Salem itself had a $500,000 deficit because these lit credits were taken away. It wasn't anything but that. And locally, we tried desperately to have that not happen, and it happened anyway. So by neglecting what the local is happening, it negates anything that you can accomplish as a governor. If your local government in your counties do not follow the law, do not be and not honest with the people, a lot of money, and I mean it's almost worthless what you can do as a governor. As a governor, and I even like put this out here for Eric Holcomb, get your people under control. Because it's third world nasty down here in Washington County. I don't know what it's like everywhere else, but in Washington County, it's third world nasty. And it's because they have no problem breaking state law, having illegal boards, all of that. And you can't get anybody locally under control as a Libertarian Party unless you fortify and uphold and nurture our local county governments or our local county parties, and give them the tools on how to deal with corruption without losing their job. Okay, so I'm a little bit passionate about that, and there it is, right? And so that's kind of what we're going to be doing here with my campaign. So one of the things, Don, once again, you might want to look towards your county affiliates and see what you can do for them, and then ask them for money. Because what I'm going to do is, instead of asking for money, I'm going to go ahead and raise issues and see if I can't give my experience, anything that they need in my experience on how to campaign cheaply, effectively, and with humor, to see if I can't get them to be strengthened and to be able to deal with their own communities instead of just, just letting them drift and asking them for money. And that may make you angry, but hey, that's okay. You're not going to like me all the time anyway, and I understand that. Okay, so I'm trying to look at my notes again here. I did that. So that is our major difference. My background is more in the local. I have actually concentrated on the local, how to run a campaign, how to go ahead and hold people accountable for what they do. Indiana Proud is a great example. Videotaping the meetings and just putting them up online is a great way to go ahead and start like a news media site. If you have just the videotape up there, this is what they said in the meetings. You can also go ahead and get their meeting minutes and put that up there. A lot of things that are happening in our local communities is drawn directly is caused directly by our media, our local media, not being what they once were, or not asking the right questions, or having another agenda in mind. Now, an online media like Indiana Proud, or even That Greene Woman, can be a source of not only information, but also can get the people the information they need directly from the source, if that makes any sense. Okay, so we're going to go over that. We're going to go over the next 6 months. We're going to go over how to make signs that are inexpensive to run a campaign on little to nothing. Magnets, how to make magnets, how to print off cards, or whatever you need. It doesn't have to be, certifiable. You don't have to get 100-yard signs. You don't have to do anything like that. And we're going to go ahead and go through the schedule that we have. That's the most effective way to do that. Even how to go ahead and set up a forum. Right now, in the past few years, we have not had like a forum where candidates come up and they can't be the grocery store candidates they like to be, where they tell one person one thing over by the beans and another thing over by the bread. With the forums, you bring all the candidates up front, they're asked the same question, and their answer is actually recorded. And so we'll go ahead and take you through that process also. Online media at all, and also how to deal with retaliation, how to protect yourself as much as you can, and that kind of thing. Hands-on, even crafty stuff that actually help and enhance what message you're trying to get out. And I'm speaking towards the affiliates right now, and not even just the affiliates. I think it's important because corruption is not party specific. It's not just the Republican Party right now. And in every area, you have one or the other that's more powerful or prone to something else or that kind of thing. And so even though I'm running as the candidate for Libertarians, anybody who is trying to run a local campaign to support their community and willing enough to go ahead and put themselves forward, you're welcome to show up here Sundays at 3 or watch it afterwards. More than welcome. And we'll try to get this all up and going for you also. So, but that's the major difference. I know you're trying, Don. I know you're working hard at it, but you need a little bit of competition also just to get your message together. And it's not the message we actually really need right now, but we'll go ahead and get you there. So that's kind of the overview. I'm going to go ahead and start doing this on a regular basis on Sundays at 3 o'clock. And I'll mess with the program and try to get it working a little bit better in last year. And so there, finally, the embarrassment is over. So anyway, this is Rhonda Greene, and I'm running for governor for the Libertarian Party. And hey, Greene for governor 2024. Thank you so much.